Hello everyone and welcome back to our Sims 3 Warrior Cat series. Where we're actually here with our traveling cats who are almost at the point where they are at the star falls to get Dodon her 9 lives. I'm actually gonna turn on the audio here. I forgot to. There we go. So we can hear something. But yes, Rook is actually currently talking to Ray, one of the kitty pets in the area. Sort of just asking direction, it looks like. It's nothing really serious, I suppose. She kind of knows all the cats in Two Leg Place, so she definitely does kind of check them out every now and then. Anywho, these two are actually going to come over here, I would say. And then let Rook sort of handle all the negotiations and such. I think she's just about done though. Considering Ray is just gonna sort of tell them what he's seen around here, and then that's probably it. And then she would walk over here as well. Goodness. Okay, so, oh my. Slate Stone, you can come over here and sort of just sniff her for... Oh, yeah, no. Okay, well, nuzzle works too, I suppose. Just nuzzle her for a second. And then we will continue our journey. And Rook, of course, is going to be the one in the lead. And I could imagine Ray said something like the house where Henry lives. And some of you guys might actually remember that name, and if you do, that is pretty cool. So we have had a mention of this Henry before in our series, and if you guys don't remember, Henry was the cat that Rose was talking about right before she left. So Rook definitely knows where Henry is. Just to make everything a little bit less laggy here, I think I need to load in our main area over here. Good gracious. Okay, well, this is clearly having a little bit of trouble loading here. There we go, ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. I don't know why I'm actually lagging this much. I don't lag whatsoever when it comes to like build mode, edit town mode and stuff. There's absolutely zero lag whether I am recording or not. But the second we're in play mode, it just lags a lot. And I don't know. I've deleted deer and whatnot, and it just doesn't work. Anywho, let's go back over to our traveling cats for a second here. So actually, this area is a two-leg den where it looks like there's actually quite a lot of herbs on here. So that's a pretty interesting thing that we can kind of think about, well, mentally note to ourselves. There's probably going to be quite a lot of herbs here whenever the cats need it, if they severely need it. So that's pretty fun. They're looking okay. They're all a bit tired, especially Dodon. However, the problem with that is that it's becoming nighttime. So if they rest now, they won't be able to talk to StarClan until tomorrow night instead of tonight. And I do believe this is Henry's house. So there's some mushrooms under the oh, wow, there's a lot of herbs here actually. There's like a lot of herbs here. There's some mushrooms under the house. I'm unsure if they're actually okay. If they were frozen or not. Everything else seems to be frozen, but those ones might not be. There we go. All the kitty cats crossing over. There we go. No, they're also dormant, so I don't think we can actually harvest these. Oh, we can harvest them. We can harvest all of them, apparently. Interesting. But I don't think slate stone can really carry that much. So we will take a quick nap here, I think. Mostly just for the sake of Dodon. She's really, really tired. And we don't really want to make her sick right before we get there. So right now I don't see any cats out here. We are gonna speed this up ever so slightly. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna have to be enough for now. Actually, you can pee, but stalking for prey you don't need to do. Right. So now all they have to do is climb up here to the mountains. And along with the Star Falls. So it doesn't look like Henry's here, but that's okay because Rook knows the way. Anywho, she, as I said, has a good check on all the areas in the well, in this territory, on this map, I suppose. On the Sims map, but what she considers her like area. Because she's been a wild cat for a long time. I mean, she's a rogue who is really, really adamant about knowing where she's going and what she's doing. So let's keep going for a little bit here. And these mountains are actually pretty steep. Well, some of them at least. But thankfully there is a small little, very convenient hole that we can go through. There we go. And it's very misty up here. So look at that. Look at that. That's pretty darn cool. It's I mean, look at how mysterious that looks. That looks so cool. Okay, yeah. Well, we have arrived finally after a long trip actually. And the lake is slowly freezing over. There is a giant thing here. I think I'm just gonna delete that for a second. We're gonna go over here. Now Slatestone is kind of in the lead, I suppose. And they are going to be discussing... There's the loud ass... Or, sorry, I did not say that. There's the loud hecking waterfall right there. Cough, cough. Well, Rook, I think she wants to stalk for prey, but I don't know if you should really stalk for prey on StarClan's sort of hunting grounds. So she is going to use the bathroom here. And with that being said, you guys, let's see what StarClan has in store for us. Dodon looked uncertain as the night shimmered on the pool in front of her. Raindrops made it ripple as if hundreds of bugs were dancing across the calm water. She was cold. Her fur was thick and hung heavy in the rain, freezing her down to her bones. Droplets ran across her whiskers and she shrunk at the sight of the waterfall. "Are you ready?" It was a simple question, but the weight dawned on her as she looked inside herself, and she was surprised to find little doubt. She had worked a lot on herself since her kithood and early days as a warrior of Stag Clan. Here she found herself free and was challenged by the world in a way she had come to terms with. She fixed her posture to stand tall as she faced Slatestone, her expression changing from doubt to certainty. I am. Dodan stepped through the tight foliage and found herself standing next to a shallow pool brought by the waterfall. Slatestone stepped up next to her eyes shining with wonder. Dodan stood awkwardly before touching the medicine cat with her tail. A silent question of what now was shared. Slatestone stood straight and took a breath before neatly sitting down, her tail tucked between her paws. Dodan noticed how the ragged she-cat she had known when she started their journey had her fur smooth and soft. She looked younger, Dodan realized. She shook her head. It was the lighting from the waterfall messing with her sight. The two cats sat and waited as the large moon shone above them. It's time, Slatestone said, her eyes like large black moons themselves, reflecting the starlight. Dodan shivered before crouching down and put her nose in the water. An icy chill spread up into her body and she flinched back, opening her eyes to the pools in front of her. At first, she thought it hadn't worked. But then she realized how warm it was, and she heard squirrels and birds all around her. Dodan looked around with wide eyes and spotted Slatestone standing behind her, a warm feeling flowing from them both. As time went on, the two cats began thinking something was wrong. The Starclan cat Slatestone had seen wasn't here, and everything seemed to stand without any signs of their ancestors. After what felt like an eternity, a cold yet soft breeze ruffled her whiskers, as a glowing cat of stars stood before her. An old smell of salt and water met her tongue. With a purr, they nodded to Slatestone. The fawn leaps through the forest to become a doe at last. Dodan let out an awkward sound, not quite sure she understood what they were saying. But then the voice got a lot clearer, and the Starclan cat's eyes seemed to shine and freeze her from the inside. Are you ready to sacrifice your life and soul to serve those who follow? She was taken aback. From the stories Slatestone had told her, and the way her father spoke of Silverpelt, she hadn't expected a cat to be so straightforward and harsh. Yes. Very well. The Starclan cat rose, and they suddenly looked a lot bigger. Then we shall begin. Dodan of Stagclan, tonight I shall be your life-giver. There will be more to come, yet some have not lived life. Many more have never been born. Dodan summoned her courage and stood tall in the presence of the guide. With your new lives, and there are many, I will grant you confidence, which in your mind resides, acceptance, both of past and present, devotion to the clan of new, love for your kits of future, equity for you to bring, curiosity for things unknown, health of mind like father not, faith in the stars above, and selflessness will be your demise. The Starclan cat bent down their head, touching noses with Dodan. She fell to the ground, letting out pained yowls as her body shifted around. Warm feelings of love, sharp stings of betrayal. She felt like she was drowning. Eventually, the hurricane in her mind slowed down, and she blinked, her eyes in confusion. It looked like loads more stars were shimmering around them, and as the voice of the Starclan cat spoke, it echoed around the area, as if several hundred cats were suddenly talking. We hail you by your new name, Doestar, your old life is no more. You have received the 9 lives of a leader, and StarClan grants you guardianship of Spring Clan. Defend it well, care for your young and old, honor your ancestors and the traditions of the warrior code. Live each life with pride and dignity. As the voices faded, Doestar was shocked when a bright warm light entered her vision. Before she could even speak, she found herself back on the shores of the lake, frost seeping into her body from below, yet she felt warm and strong, as if she had all of StarClan backing her up. Slatestone sat next to her, eyes glowing, but she looked tired and ragged once more. As the 2 she-cats shared a moment of unspoken loyalty and love, they walked out of the cave overhang, into the sunshine of dawn, only to find a strange scent of garlic. Rook was nowhere to be found.